I woke up to my house trashed, 17 missed calls from my best friend, and 3 texts saying, I love you from different guys, but I can't remember any of it. I woke up on the couch with someone's shoe pressed into my ribs and sunlight burning through the window like a spotlight. The living room looked like a crime scene. Red Solo cups everywhere, a lamp face down on the carpet, something sticky crusted on my forearm. My head pounded so hard I could feel my pulse in my teeth. My phone buzzed on the floor. 17 missed calls, all from Morgan. I blinked at the screen, trying to piece together why my best friend would call that many times before 7 in the morning. Then I saw the texts. 3 different numbers. 3 guys I barely knew from last night. I meant what I said. Call me. You're incredible. Let's talk. I love you. I'm serious. I stared at the words until they blurred. I couldn't remember saying anything to anyone. I couldn't remember much past midnight. I scrolled down and found a video in my camera roll. Timestamp 2:15. I pressed play. The screen showed Jade's basement, packed with people shouting over music. Someone yelled, truth or dare, and the camera swung to me, swaying in the middle of the circle, holding a drink I didn't recognize. I looked wasted. My voice came out slurred when I said dare like it was a threat. Jade's laugh cut through the noise. Kiss Tyler, right now, on the mouth. The room erupted. I watched myself stumble toward him, grinning like it was the funniest thing in the world. He looked uncomfortable, hands up like he was trying to stop me, but I grabbed his face and kissed him anyway. The crowd screamed. Someone knocked over a chair. Then the camera jerked sideways and caught Morgan in the background. She wasn't screaming. She was frozen, staring at us, her face pale and tight. She turned and walked straight out of frame. The video kept rolling. People laughed. Someone shouted, Morgan, wait, but nobody followed her. The clip ended. I sat there holding my phone, nauseous. Morgan had been in love with Tyler for 2 years. Everyone knew. I knew. I scrolled to the next video. This one was shorter. Jade filming herself, eyes glassy, grinning at the camera. This'll blow up for sure, she said, then flipped the lens to show me and Tyler still standing there while people chanted for another dare. The clip cut off. My hands shook. I opened my messages and typed, Morgan, I'm so sorry. But before I could send it, a notification banner dropped down. Someone tagged me on Instagram, then another, then 5 more in a row. I switched apps and my stomach dropped. The kiss was already posted. Not just posted, everywhere. Someone had clipped it, added a caption, and it was spreading. 2,000 views, comments rolling in faster than I could read them. Strangers calling me a snake. Strangers calling me a legend. Strangers who didn't know me, didn't know Morgan, didn't know anything. All weighing in like this was entertainment. I tried calling Morgan. Straight to voicemail. I tried Tyler. No answer. My phone buzzed again. Another tag. Another share. A meme already. Someone's face photoshopped over mine with the caption, when your friend's crush is right there. I dropped the phone and pressed my palms into my eyes. The room spun. I could hear my neighbor's dog barking through the wall. Sharp and relentless, like it knew something was wrong. Someone knocked on the front door. 3 loud, deliberate bangs. I didn't move. My phone kept buzzing. The knocking came again, harder this time, and a voice I didn't recognize called my name through the door. I dragged myself off the couch and cracked the door open. A guy from the party stood on my porch holding a bouquet of gas station roses, grinning like he'd rehearsed this moment in the mirror. I recognized him vaguely. Blonde hair, too much cologne, someone's friend of a friend. Hey, he said, breathless. I meant what I texted. You were amazing last night. I stared at him. My brain couldn't catch up. What are you talking about? The dare. The way you just went for it. That confidence. He stepped closer, holding out the flowers. I've been thinking about you all night. I heard a car door slam across the street. Mrs. Patel from 3 houses down was standing on her lawn with her phone pointed directly at us. Not even pretending, just filming. You need to leave, I said. I'm serious, he said louder now, like he thought I hadn't heard him. I know it's crazy, but I think we have something. We don't have anything. I don't even know your name. It's Corey. Great, Corey, leave. Mrs. Patel's phone was still up. I could see the red recording light from here. Please, I said quieter this time, just go. Corey's smile finally cracked. You said you loved me. I was drunk. You said it 3 times. I didn't remember that either. I shut the door in his face and locked it. He knocked twice more, then I heard his footsteps retreat down the driveway. My phone buzzed again. Mrs. Patel had already posted. The caption read, drama on Maple Street this morning, with 3 fire emojis. I texted Tyler. Did you tell people I said that stuff last night? 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then reappeared. No, I swear I didn't say anything to anyone. Then how does everyone know? I don't know. Jade maybe? She was recording everything. I opened Instagram again. The kiss video had 15,000 views now. The comments were worse. People were tagging Morgan, asking if she was okay, calling me every name they could think of. Someone had made a poll asking who was in the wrong. 73% said me. Morgan finally texted back. Don't. That was it. Just the one word. I typed please let me explain, but she replied before I could send it. There's nothing to explain. I saw it. Everyone saw it. I was wasted. I didn't mean to hurt you. You kissed him. I know, I'm sorry. You kissed him in front of everyone. You knew how I felt and you did it anyway. Morgan, please. Don't text me again. The 3 dots vanished. I tried calling. Blocked. I sat on the floor with my back against the couch and tried to breathe. My phone kept lighting up. More tags. More comments. Someone had screenshotted Tyler's Instagram story from last night, the one where he'd posted a picture of the party with the caption, Wild Night. People were dissecting it like evidence, claiming he'd been flirting with me all evening, that Morgan never had a chance. Jade posted a new story, just text on a black background. Real friends don't lie on camera. I screenshot it and sent it to Tyler. What does this mean? She's baiting people, don't respond. Everyone's going to think she's talking about me. She is talking about you. My stomach turned. I scrolled through Jade's followers, watching the replies flood in. People were guessing, speculating, throwing names around like it was a game. Someone commented, Morgan deserves better, and Jade liked it. I tried to think, tried to remember what I'd actually said last night, what I'd done beyond the kiss. The videos only showed fragments. Me laughing too loud. Me leaning against Tyler while someone handed me another drink. Me saying something I couldn't make out over the music. Tyler called. I answered on the first ring. Are you seeing this? He said. All of it. Someone's sharing my messages. What messages? From last night. I texted Morgan after she left, trying to explain. I told her you were drunk and didn't mean it. I told her I stopped it as soon as I could. Now it's everywhere. Screenshots. People are saying I'm covering for you. Who would do that? I don't know. Morgan maybe? She's the only one I sent them to. I heard voices in the background on his end, shouting. He said something I couldn't hear, then came back on the line. I have to go. My roommate's freaking out because people keep showing up asking about the party. What do you mean showing up? Like physically showing up, knocking on the door, filming the house. It's insane. He hung up. I opened Twitter. Someone had made a thread. Let's talk about what really happened at Jade's party last night. 20 tweets deep, dissecting every angle of the video, analyzing body language, accusing me of planning it. They'd even found my old posts. Screenshots from 2 years ago when Morgan first mentioned liking Tyler, using them as proof I'd betrayed her on purpose. I didn't plan anything. I didn't remember anything. My mom called. I let it ring. She called again. I answered. What is going on? She said. Diane just sent me a video of you kissing some boy. Mom, I can't talk right now. People are calling you terrible things online. I'm looking at it right now. I know. Why would you do that to Morgan? I was drunk. I didn't mean to. That's not an excuse. I know it's not an excuse. I'm trying to fix it. How are you going to fix it? It's already out there. Everyone's seen it. I hung up. She called back immediately. I turned my phone off. The house was too quiet. I could hear every creak, every distant car, every proof that the world was still moving while I sat here trying to disappear. I thought about texting Jade, asking her to take the video down, but I already knew what she'd say. She'd call it accountability. She'd say I did this to myself. My phone buzzed even though I'd turned it off. A notification forced its way through. Tyler again. Don't go outside. Someone just threw something at my car. I turned my phone back on. Tyler's message sat there like a warning I couldn't ignore. I called him. Where are you? I said. Still at my place, trying to clean egg off my windshield. Someone threw eggs at your car? And filmed it. It's already online. They're calling it justice. I looked out the window. Mrs. Patel was still on her lawn, phone in hand, scanning the street like she was waiting for the next act. 2 more neighbors had joined her, all of them watching my house. I need to get out of here, I said. Don't, stay inside, it'll die down. When? When people get bored? That could take days. Then let it take days. Going outside right now is just giving them more content. I heard something hit my front door. A dull thud, then laughter. I moved to the window. 3 people I didn't recognize stood at the end of my driveway, phones out, recording. One of them had just thrown something. I couldn't tell what. They're outside my house, I said. Who? I don't know, random people, they're filming. Call the cops. And say what? People are standing on a public sidewalk? They threw something at your door. I can't prove that. Tyler went quiet. I heard him breathing, thinking. I'm coming over. No, don't, that'll just make it worse. I'm not letting you deal with this alone. He hung up before I could argue. I watched the people outside. They weren't leaving. One of them shouted something I couldn't make out. The others laughed. Mrs. Patel filmed them filming me. The whole thing felt staged, performative, like everyone was playing a part they'd learned from the internet. My phone buzzed, a message from a number I didn't recognize. You deserve this. Another one. Home wrecker. Another. Morgan should have hit you. I blocked them. More came through. Different numbers. Same words. I turned off notifications and tossed my phone on the couch. My hands were shaking. I went to the kitchen and filled a glass of water I didn't drink. Tyler's truck pulled up 20 minutes later. The people at the end of the driveway turned their cameras toward him. He ignored them, walked straight to my door, knocked twice. I let him in. You okay? He said. No. He looked past me into the house. Have you eaten anything? I can't eat. You need to eat. I need this to stop. He moved to the window and looked out. The crowd had grown. 6 people now, maybe 7, all filming. This is insane, he said. I know. We didn't do anything that bad. Tell them that. He turned back to me. I'm serious. We kissed. That's it. People are acting like we committed a crime. Morgan's hurt. That's all they care about. Morgan's milking it. Don't say that. She is. She could tell people to stop, and they would. She's got more followers than anyone. One post from her saying, leave you alone, and this ends. She's not going to do that. Why not? Because she hates me. Tyler's phone buzzed. He checked it, frowned, put it away. Jade just posted again. What now? Another story just says truth always comes out. What truth? What is she even talking about? I don't know, but people are eating it up. I sat on the arm of the couch. My legs felt weak. I want to apologize, publicly, post something explaining what happened. Don't, because it won't matter. They'll twist whatever you say, make it worse. It can't get worse. It can always get worse. Someone knocked on the door, hard, insistent. Tyler and I both froze. The knocking came again. Don't answer it, Tyler said. What if it's someone I know? It's not. I moved to the window and looked through the blinds. A guy stood on my porch, skinny, nervous, holding a bouquet of flowers. I recognized him from the party. He'd been in the background of one of the videos, watching the dare, laughing with everyone else. It's Patrick, I said. From the party, Jade's cousin. What does he want? I don't know. The knocking came again, louder. Please, Patrick called through the door. I just need to talk to you. Tyler moved toward the door. I'll tell him to leave. Wait. I opened the door halfway. Patrick's face lit up like I'd just answered a prayer. He held out the flowers. They were cheap, grocery store carnations, already wilting. Hey, he said, I needed to see you. Why? Because of last night, the video. I watched it like 50 times and I just kept thinking about how brave you were. Brave? Yeah, the way you just went for it. No hesitation, that's rare. Tyler stepped into view behind me. Patrick's smile faltered but didn't disappear. I know this is weird, Patrick said, but I couldn't stop thinking about you. About us. There is no us, I said. Not yet, but there could be. That's why I'm here. The crowd at the end of the driveway had noticed. Phones were up, pointed at my porch. Mrs. Patel had moved closer. Her camera trained on Patrick like he was the main event. You need to leave, I said. I texted you last night. I told you I loved you. You said it back. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. You said it 3 times. Patrick, go home. He dropped to one knee. The flowers shook in his hand. I know this seems crazy, but when you know, right? Someone in the crowd shouted, do it! Another person laughed. Tyler stepped onto the porch. Get up, Tyler said. I'm not talking to you, Patrick said, still looking at me. I'm talking to her. She told you to leave. And I'm telling her how I feel. She doesn't care how you feel. Patrick stood up, the flowers hanging at his side. Why are you even here? You're the reason Morgan left. You're the reason this whole thing happened. That's not how it works, Tyler said. Everyone saw the video. You were all over her. After you kissed her? She kissed me. Patrick turned back to me. Is that true? I didn't answer. I couldn't. The cameras were still recording. Every word I said would be dissected, misinterpreted, used against me. Please, Patrick said, quieter now. Just give me a chance. One date. That's all I'm asking. No, I said. His face changed. The hope drained out of it, replaced by something harder. You're making a mistake. I don't think I am. He dropped the flowers on the porch and walked away. The crowd parted for him. Someone clapped. Someone else laughed. Tyler picked up the flowers and tossed them into the yard. Let's get out of here, he said. Where? Anywhere. We can't stay here. I grabbed my keys and followed him to his truck. The crowd filmed us the entire way. Someone shouted, running away won't fix it. Another voice called out, home wrecker. I climbed into the passenger seat and slammed the door. Tyler started the engine and pulled away from the curb. The crowd stayed behind, still filming, still watching, like we were the stars of a show they couldn't stop streaming. We drove in silence for 10 minutes. Tyler kept checking the rearview mirror like he expected someone to follow us. I stared out the window at streets I'd known my whole life, neighborhoods that suddenly felt foreign. Where are we going? I said. I don't know, just away. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. It buzzed again and again. I finally looked. Patrick's proposal had already been posted. The caption read, she said no and broke his heart. The comments were brutal. People calling me cold, heartless, cruel. Someone had made a compilation video of every rejection, every moment I'd said no, set to sad music. It's already online, I said. Tyler glanced at my phone. Of course it is. They're saying I led him on. You didn't even know his name. That doesn't matter. They've already decided who I am. Tyler pulled into a gas station parking lot and stopped. He turned off the engine and looked at me. This isn't your fault. Then whose fault is it? Jade's. She's the one who kept pushing the dares. She's the one who filmed everything. She wanted this to happen. Why would she want this? Views, drama, attention, pick one. I thought about Jade's stories, the cryptic posts, the way she'd been fueling the fire without ever getting burned herself. Tyler was right. She was orchestrating this, but knowing that didn't make it stop. My phone rang. My mom. I declined. She called again. I turned my phone off. We should go back, I said. Not yet. I can't hide forever. You're not hiding, you're regrouping. I leaned my head against the window. The glass was cold. Outside, people walked in and out of the gas station, living normal lives, unaware that mine was falling apart in real time. Tyler's phone buzzed. He checked it, and his face went pale. What? I said. Someone just posted your address. Tyler stared at his phone. I watched his jaw tighten. Show me, I said. He handed it over. Someone had posted a screenshot of a property record search with my full address highlighted in yellow. The caption read, in case anyone wants to pay her a visit. 200 shares in 15 minutes. We need to call the cops, Tyler said. And tell them what? Someone posted public information? It's a threat. It's a suggestion. That's different. Tyler grabbed his phone back and pulled out of the gas station. He drove faster than before, checking mirrors, taking random turns like we were in a chase scene. Where are we going? I said. Out of town? For how long? Until I think of something better. We merged onto the highway. The city lights faded behind us. Tyler's hands gripped the wheel too tight. I watched the speedometer climb past 70. Slow down, I said. He eased off the gas but didn't speak. The silence felt heavier than the noise back home. I turned my phone back on. 43 messages. I didn't read any of them. I opened Morgan's profile instead. Her last post was from 2 hours ago. A close-up of her face with tears on her cheeks. The caption said, when your best friend chooses a guy over you. 18,000 likes. She's still posting, I said. Tyler didn't look. Of course she is. She looks devastated. She's devastated. That doesn't make this okay. I hurt her. You made a mistake. There's a difference. I closed the app and watched the highway stretch ahead of us. Tyler took an exit I recognized. Old Town, near the college we'd both dropped out of. He drove past closed storefronts and empty parking lots until we reached the pier. Why here? I said. Because nobody knows about it. Everyone knows about it. We used to come here every weekend. That was 3 years ago. Nobody remembers. He parked near the entrance. The pier stretched into darkness, lit by dim bulbs strung between posts. The ocean crashed below, invisible but loud. Tyler got out. I followed. The air smelled like salt and old wood. We walked past a closed snack bar and a boarded-up arcade. Our footsteps echoed on the planks. Tyler stopped at a bench near the railing and stared at it. I saw why. Someone had spray-painted Kiss Queen across the seat in neon pink. The letters dripped like they'd been done in a hurry. You've got to be kidding me, Tyler said. I touched the paint. Still slightly tacky. Recent. How did they even know we'd come here? They didn't. They're everywhere. I looked around. The pier seemed empty, but shadows moved near the entrance. I couldn't tell if they were people or just tricks of light. Let's go, I said. We just got here. This was a bad idea. Tyler sat on the edge of the bench, avoiding the paint. We used to sit here for hours, remember? You'd complain about your roommate and I'd complain about my job and we'd eat terrible hot dogs and pretend we had it figured out. We were 20. We were happy. We were broke and clueless. Same thing. I sat next to him. The ocean roared beneath us. A gust of wind cut through my jacket. Tyler pulled out his phone and scrolled without looking at me. Anything new? I said. Patrick posted a video. He's crying. Says you humiliated him. I said no, that's not humiliation. That's not how he's spinning it. Footsteps echoed behind us. I turned. 4 people, maybe 5, walking toward us from the entrance. They moved in a cluster, phones out, laughing about something I couldn't hear. Tyler, I said. He looked up. The group got closer. One of them pointed at us. The laughter stopped. Oh, no way, one of them said. It's them. They broke into a run. Tyler stood. I grabbed his arm. Are you the Kiss people? A girl shouted. She couldn't have been older than 19. Her friends caught up, forming a half circle around us. We're nobody, Tyler said. Liar. You're totally them. I saw the video like 100 times. Another girl raised her phone. Can you do it again? For us? Do what? I said. Kiss. Like in the video. Come on, it'll be funny. Tyler stepped between me and the cameras. We're leaving. Just one kiss, the first girl said. It's not a big deal. You already did it. A guy in the back started chanting. Do it for the views. Do it for the views. The others joined in. Their voices echoed across the pier, bouncing off the water. Tyler grabbed my hand. Let's go. We pushed past them. They followed. The chanting got louder. Someone grabbed my shoulder. I spun around. A guy I didn't recognize held his phone inches from my face. Just one clip, he said. That's all we want. Tyler shoved him. Not hard, but enough to make the guy stumble. The phone flew from his hand and skittered across the planks. Tyler picked it up. Hey, the guy said, give it back. Tyler walked to the railing and threw the phone into the ocean. The splash was lost in the waves. Everyone went silent. What is wrong with you? The guy yelled. Leave us alone, Tyler said. That was $1,000 phone. Then you shouldn't have put it in my face. The guy lunged. Tyler sidestepped. The group closed in. I heard sirens in the distance, faint but getting louder. Red and blue lights swept across the pier entrance. Cops, someone said. The group scattered. Tyler grabbed my hand and pulled me toward the far end of the pier. We ran past the arcade, past the snack bar, down a set of stairs that led to the beach. The sand was wet and uneven. I stumbled. Tyler caught me. The sirens grew louder. Footsteps pounded on the pier above us. Voices shouted commands I couldn't make out. Tyler pulled me under the pier into the shadows between the support beams. We pressed against the damp wood and tried to breathe quietly. A flashlight beam swept across the beach. It passed over us, moved away, came back. Tyler pulled me deeper into the darkness. The beam followed. Footsteps crunched on the sand. Come out, a voice called. We just want to talk. Tyler's hand tightened around mine. The beam moved closer. I could hear the officer breathing, radio crackling on their belt. The light hit my shoes. I held my breath. Then rain started, hard and sudden, like the sky had been holding it in. The flashlight beam jerked upward. The officer cursed and ran back toward the stairs. We waited until the footsteps faded. Now, Tyler whispered. We ran along the beach in the opposite direction. The rain soaked through my jacket in seconds. My shoes filled with sand and water. Tyler kept pulling me forward, past rocks and driftwood, until the pier was just a shape in the darkness behind us. We climbed a set of concrete steps that led to a parking lot. Tyler's truck was half a mile away. We walked, drenched and shivering, past empty cars and closed shops. The rain didn't let up. By the time we reached the truck, I couldn't feel my fingers. Tyler unlocked the doors. We climbed in and sat there, dripping onto the seats, staring through the windshield at nothing. That went well, Tyler said. I started laughing. I couldn't help it. The whole thing was absurd. Tyler looked at me like I'd lost it, then started laughing too. We sat there laughing until we were out of breath, until the windows fogged up and the rain hammered the roof and everything outside disappeared. We can't go home, I said. I know. We can't stay here. I know that too. Tyler started the engine and turned the heat on full blast. Warm air poured from the vents. I held my hands up to it. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I ignored it. There's a diner off exit 12, Tyler said. Open all night. Nobody goes there. How do you know? I used to go there after bad shifts. It's quiet. He pulled out of the parking lot. We drove through empty streets, past darkened houses, through intersections with blinking yellow lights. The rain started to ease. By the time we reached the highway, it was just a drizzle. The diner sat alone in a gravel lot, neon sign buzzing in the darkness. 2 cars in the parking lot. Tyler pulled in and cut the engine. You sure about this? I said. No, but I'm hungry. We walked inside. A bell chimed above the door. The place smelled like coffee and grease. A waitress looked up from behind the counter. She was older, tired, wearing a name tag that said Brenda. She glanced at us, then at our soaked clothes, and pointed to a booth in the back. Towels are in the restroom, she said. We dried off as best we could and slid into the booth. The vinyl seats squeaked. Brenda brought menus and coffee without asking. Tyler ordered eggs and toast. I ordered nothing. You need to eat, Tyler said. I'm not hungry. You haven't eaten all day. I'll eat later. Brenda returned with Tyler's food. She set the plate down and lingered, wiping the table with a rag that didn't need wiping. You two okay? She said. We're fine, Tyler said. You sure? You look like you've been through something. Just a rough night. Brenda nodded but didn't leave. She glanced at me, then at Tyler. You're those kids from the video, aren't you? My stomach dropped. Tyler set down his fork. I don't know what video you're talking about, he said. The kiss one. It's all over everything. My daughter showed me earlier. She thought it was hilarious. We're not them, I said. Sure you're not. Brenda smiled, but it wasn't cruel. Just knowing. For what it's worth, I don't think you did anything wrong. People are just bored. They'll move on. When, I said. When something more interesting happens, always does. She walked away. Tyler pushed his plate toward me. Eat something. I took a piece of toast and chewed without tasting it. My phone buzzed. Tyler's buzzed a second later. We both checked. Jade had posted again. A photo of her and Morgan hugging, both of them crying. The caption read, "Real friends don't betray each other." Tyler put his phone face down on the table. She's unbelievable. She's winning, I said. She's not winning, she's just louder. Tyler leaned back in the booth and stared at the ceiling. There has to be something we're missing. Some way to make this stop. There isn't. There has to be. Brenda walked past again, refilling coffee cups at the counter. Her phone sat next to the register, screen glowing. I watched her glance at it, frown, and pick it up. She scrolled for a moment, then looked at us. You might want to see this, she said. Brenda carried her phone to our booth. She didn't sit, just held it out so we could see the screen. The video playing showed Jade standing on the pier, same pier we'd just run from. She wore a designer jacket and perfect makeup, talking to someone holding a microphone with a podcast logo I didn't recognize. Turn it up, Tyler said. Brenda tapped the volume. Jade's voice filled the diner. The whole thing was basically my idea, she said, laughing. I knew if we played truth or dare with the right people, something would happen. Morgan's been obsessed with Tyler forever, and she's so obvious about it. I just had to get them all in the same room. The interviewer leaned closer. So you planned the kiss? Not exactly planned. More like engineered the conditions. I picked the dare. I made sure everyone was drinking. I positioned myself to get the best angle. Jade smiled into the camera. You have to understand the algorithm. People don't want authenticity. They want chaos they can feel superior to. My hands went numb. Tyler stared at the phone like it might explode. When did she post this? He said. About 20 minutes ago, Brenda said. It's going viral. People are calling her out in the comments. I grabbed the phone and scrolled through the responses. Thousands of them, most angry. Someone had already made a compilation of Jade's past posts, showing a pattern of manufactured drama. Another account posted screenshots of DMs where Jade had apparently bragged about farming engagement from other people's pain. She admitted it, I said. She actually admitted it. Tyler took the phone and watched the video again. Jade kept talking, explaining her content strategy, like she was teaching a masterclass. The interviewer looked uncomfortable but kept asking questions. Why would she say this out loud? Tyler said. Because she thought she'd already won, Brenda said. People like that always get cocky. I pulled out my own phone. Morgan had posted 3 minutes ago. Just one line. I can't believe I trusted her. The comments under Morgan's post were different now. Supportive instead of cruel. People apologizing for attacking her. Someone started a thread documenting every time Jade had manipulated a situation for views. This is it, Tyler said. This is what we needed. It doesn't undo what happened. No, but it changes the story. Brenda took her phone back and returned to the counter. Tyler pushed his cold eggs around his plate. I watched the rain streak down the window. My reflection looked like someone I didn't recognize. We should go home, I said. Not yet. Tyler, just wait. Let this spread first. Let people see what she did. And then what? Everyone forgets they spent 2 days calling me terrible? Tyler set down his fork. Some will, some won't. But at least they'll know the truth. The truth doesn't matter to most of them. They just want the next thing to be mad about. So we give them Jade. I looked at him. His jaw was set in that way that meant he'd already decided something. What are you thinking? I said. I'm thinking we stop hiding. We post our own video. We tell people exactly what happened. Nobody's going to listen. They will now. Jade gave us an opening. He pulled out his phone and opened the camera. I pushed it away. Not like this, I said. We look terrible. We're soaking wet and sitting in a diner at 2 in the morning. That's the point. No filters, no staging, just us being honest. I don't know what to say. Start with the truth. Tyler propped his phone against the napkin dispenser and hit record. The red dot glowed in the darkness. He looked at me. I looked at the camera. We didn't plan this, I said. My voice sounded hollow. Any of it. We were just at a party. Jade dared me to kiss Tyler. I thought it was harmless. I was drunk and stupid and I hurt my best friend. That part's on me. Tyler leaned into frame. But everything after that was Jade. She filmed it. She posted it. She kept pushing it even after we asked her to stop. She told us it would blow over, I said. She said people would forget, but she kept adding fuel. She made Morgan think I betrayed her on purpose. She made it seem like we were flaunting it. We weren't, Tyler said. We were trying to fix it. I stared at the camera. I don't know if Morgan will ever forgive me. I don't know if I deserve forgiveness, but I need people to know that Jade turned a mistake into a spectacle because it got her views. She admitted it. You can watch her say it yourself. Tyler reached over and stopped the recording. We both stared at his phone. That was terrible, I said. It was real. Nobody's going to care. Post it anyway. I took his phone and uploaded the video before I could talk myself out of it. No caption, no hashtags, just the clip. I handed the phone back. Now what? I said. Now we wait. Tyler's phone buzzed within seconds. Then again, then it didn't stop. He opened the app. The video had 20 views, then 50, then 200. Comments started rolling in. Finally, some honesty. Jade is a snake. I feel bad for believing her. This doesn't excuse what you did, but at least you're owning it. I watched the numbers climb. 500 views. 1,000. Someone shared it with the caption, the other side of the story. Someone else stitched it with Jade's interview, putting them side by side. Tyler's hands shook as he scrolled. It's working. Don't get excited yet. Look at the comments. People are turning on her. People turn on everyone. Give it an hour and they'll find something wrong with us too. But the comments kept coming and most of them weren't cruel. People tagged Morgan. People tagged Jade. Someone found Jade's old posts where she'd done similar things to other people. A pattern emerged in real time. Brenda brought more coffee. You two are trending, she said. How do you know? Tyler said. My daughter just texted me. She says Jade's getting ratioed. What does that mean? I said. It means she's losing. Brenda smiled. Badly. I opened my own phone. Morgan had posted again. A screenshot of Jade's interview with one word. Done. I texted her. Can we talk? The 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, a response came through. Not yet, but maybe soon. It wasn't forgiveness, but it wasn't hatred either. Tyler's phone rang. He looked at the screen and frowned. It's Patrick. Don't answer. I have to. He picked up. I heard Patrick's voice through the speaker, loud and frantic. Did you see what Jade did? Patrick said. She used all of us. The flowers, the confession, everything. She told me you'd love it. She said it would be romantic. It wasn't, Tyler said. I know that now. I'm sorry, I thought I was helping. Tyler hung up. His phone buzzed again immediately. Different number. He answered. Stop calling her, a voice said. It took me a second to recognize it. The guy from the pier, the one whose phone Tyler threw in the ocean. What do you want? Tyler said. An apology would be nice. You shoved a camera in her face. Because Jade told us you two were doing a publicity stunt. She said you wanted the attention. Tyler closed his eyes. We didn't. Yeah, I'm getting that now. The guy paused. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I'll pay for my own phone. He hung up. Tyler set his phone on the table and stared at it like it might bite him. Everyone's apologizing, he said. Not everyone. Enough of them. I looked out the window. The rain had stopped. The parking lot reflected the diner's neon sign in puddles that looked like paint. A car pulled in. Then another. People getting early breakfast or coming off night shifts. Normal people doing normal things. I want to go home, I said. Okay. I want to sleep for a week. We can do that. I want this to be over. Tyler reached across the table and took my hand. His fingers were warm. It's not over yet, but it's getting there. I pulled my hand back. Don't. Don't what? Whatever you're about to say. Tyler leaned back in the booth. I was just going to say we'll figure it out. That's not what you were going to say. He looked at me for a long moment. The diner hummed around us. Coffee brewing, dishes clattering, Brenda humming something off-key behind the counter. I've been in love with you for 3 years, Tyler said. My stomach dropped. Don't. Why didn't you? Because you were happy and I didn't want to ruin it. So you're telling me now when everything's already ruined? I'm telling you now because I don't want to keep hiding things. Not from you. I stared at my coffee. It had gone cold. I don't know what to do with that. You don't have to do anything. Yes, I do. You just told me you're in love with me. That changes everything. everything. It doesn't have to, but it does. Tyler stood up and dropped cash on the table. Let's go. We can talk about this later. There's nothing to talk about. Fine, then we won't talk about it. We walked out into the parking lot. The air smelled clean after the rain. Tyler unlocked the truck. We climbed in. He started the engine but didn't drive. You should have said it 3 years ago. Would it have mattered? I didn't answer. Tyler pulled out of the lot and onto the empty highway. We drove in silence, watching the sun start to break over the hills. The sky turned pink, then orange, then gold. By the time we reached the coast, the ocean reflected the light like a mirror. Tyler pulled off at a scenic overlook. We got out and walked to the railing. Below us, waves crashed against rocks. Seagulls circled overhead. Jade's interview has 2 million views, Tyler said, checking his phone. Ours has 500,000. That's not enough. It's a start. I watched the water. What happens now? We go home. We deal with whatever comes next. And us? Tyler looked at me. There doesn't have to be an us, but you want there to be. I want you to be okay. That's all I want. I turned back to the ocean. A boat moved along the horizon, small and steady. I need time. I know. I need to fix things with Morgan first. I know that too. And I need people to stop filming every time I leave my house. Tyler smiled. That might take longer. His phone buzzed. He checked it and his smile faded. What? I said. Jade just posted a response. Tyler handed me his phone. The screen showed Jade's face, perfectly lit, hairstyled like she'd just stepped out of a salon. She was live. The viewer count climbed past 10,000 as I watched. I need to address some things, Jade said into the camera. Her voice had that practiced sincerity influencers use when they're caught. There's been a lot of misinformation spreading about me, and I think it's important to set the record straight. She's doing damage control, Tyler said. I turned up the volume. Jade sat in what looked like a hotel room, expensive furniture visible behind her. She'd positioned herself next to a window with natural light. Everything calculated. First of all, I never forced anyone to do anything, Jade said. The truth or dare game was consensual. Everyone there was an adult. Yes, I filmed it. Yes, I posted it. But that's what we do now. We document our lives. That's not manipulation. That's just reality. The comment section filled with responses, half calling her out, half defending her. I watched the numbers shift in real time. As for the interview everyone's upset about, Jade continued, I was speaking hypothetically about content creation. The interviewer took my words out of context. I never said I engineered anything. I said that sometimes social dynamics naturally create interesting content. She's lying, I said. Everyone knows she's lying. That doesn't matter. Look at the comments. People are believing her. Jade leaned closer to the camera. I care about my friends. I care about Morgan. What happened between her and Tyler and she paused like she'd forgotten my name. And her friend, that wasn't my fault. I was just there. And honestly, maybe if people took responsibility for their own actions instead of blaming me for filming them, we wouldn't be in this mess. Turn it off, Tyler said. Wait, something changed in the background. The hotel room door opened. I couldn't see who entered at first, just movement behind Jade. She turned, and her practiced expression cracked. Morgan walked into frame. She looked terrible. Hair unwashed, wearing the same clothes from 2 days ago. Her face was blotchy from crying, but her eyes were clear and focused entirely on Jade. Are you live right now? Morgan said. Jade's hand moved toward her phone. Morgan, this isn't a good time. Answer the question. Are you live? Yes, but we can talk privately. No. Morgan stepped closer. We're talking now, in front of everyone. The viewer count spiked. 20,000, 30,000. People were sharing the link. I grabbed Tyler's arm. Tell them, Morgan said. Tell them what you told me yesterday. Jade's smile looked painted on. I don't know what you mean. You said you picked me specifically because I was obvious. You said watching me suffer over Tyler would make good content. You said my pain was marketable. I never said that. You did. In your hotel room. Right where you're sitting now. Morgan's voice rose. You told me you'd been planning this for weeks. You said you researched everyone's relationships before the party. You knew exactly what would happen if you dared her to kiss Tyler. Morgan, you're upset and you're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking clearly for the first time in 2 days. Morgan moved closer to the camera. She used all of us. She used my feelings for Tyler. She used their friendship. She turned everything into a show because she needed the views. Jade stood up. You need to leave. Tell them about the group chat. There's no group chat. The one where you and your friends bet on how long it would take for me to have a breakdown. The one where you shared screenshots of me crying. Morgan pulled out her phone. I have receipts. I can post them right now. Jade's face changed. The mask slipped completely. If you do that, I'll sue you. For what? Telling the truth? For harassment? For defamation? Good luck with that. Someone knocked on the door behind them. Jade ignored it. The knocking got louder. You should answer that, Morgan said. Get out of my room. This isn't your room. You're staying here on sponsorship money. The hotel just saw your live stream. They want you to leave. The knocking became pounding. A voice called through the door. Security, open up. Jade lunged for her phone, but Morgan grabbed it first. For a moment, they struggled, and the camera showed nothing but ceiling and blurred movement. Then the phone hit the floor. The screen cracked, but kept recording. It showed both their faces from a low angle, distorted and harsh. You ruined my life, Morgan said. I gave you attention. You were nobody before this. I was happy before this. Jade shoved her. Morgan shoved back. The door burst open and 2 security guards rushed in. The phone got kicked, spinning across the floor. The live stream cut to black. Tyler and I stared at his phone. The screen showed an error message. This broadcast has ended. Did that just happen? I said. Tyler refreshed the app. Clips were already being posted. Screen recordings of the fight, screenshots of Morgan's accusations. Someone had already made a compilation of Jade's most damning quotes. My phone started buzzing. Text after text rolling in. I opened them. My mom, my sister. People from school I hadn't talked to in months. Everyone sending the same message in different words. Did you see? Tyler's phone rang, he answered. Yeah, we saw it. I couldn't hear who was on the other end, but Tyler's expression shifted from shock to something else. Relief, maybe, or vindication. Okay, Tyler said. Thanks for letting us know. He hung up and looked at me. That was Patrick. Jade's losing sponsors. 3 brands dropped her in the last 10 minutes. How does he know that? He follows her agency. They just posted a statement saying they're terminating her contract. Someone had made a timeline documenting everything Jade had done. Not just to us, but to other people over the past year. A pattern of manufactured drama. Friendships destroyed for content. Relationships ruined for views. All of of it laid out in screenshots and videos. She's done, Tyler said. People have short memories. Not about this, she went too far. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Hello? It's Morgan. I couldn't speak. Tyler watched my face and mouthed her name. I nodded. I saw your video, Morgan said. Her voice sounded raw. The one you posted from the diner. Morgan, I'm so sorry. Let me finish. I saw your video. I saw Jade's interview. I saw what she did to all of us. She paused. I'm not ready to forgive you yet, but I need you to know that I understand now. She played us all. Where are you now? On my way home. The hotel kicked Jade out. Security escorted her to her car. Someone filmed the whole thing. It's already online. Are you okay? No, but I will be. Can I see you? Not yet. I need time. I understand, but maybe soon when this dies down. Okay. Take care of yourself. Morgan hung up. I lowered the phone. Tyler was watching me with an expression I couldn't read. She called, I said. I heard. She's not ready to forgive me, but she will be. Maybe. Tyler's phone buzzed again. He checked it and his eyebrows rose. Jade just posted an apology. Let me see. He showed me the screen. Jade's new post was text only. No photo. I'm sorry for my actions. I'm taking time to reflect and grow. I'll be stepping back from social media indefinitely. The comments were brutal. Thousands of people calling her out, demanding real accountability. Someone posted a link to a petition asking platforms to ban her permanently. It already had 50,000 signatures. She's not sorry, I said. She's just sorry she got caught. Doesn't matter, she's finished. Until she rebrands and comes back in 6 months with a redemption arc? Maybe, but not with the same audience. I looked at the ocean. The sun had fully risen now, turning the water into a sheet of gold. Seagulls dove for fish near the shore. A couple walked along the beach below, holding hands, their footprints disappearing as waves washed over them. I want to go home, I said. We can leave right now. I want to sleep in my own bed. I want to take a shower that lasts an hour. I want to eat something that isn't diner food. Then let's go. We walked back to the truck. Tyler started driving. The highway stretched empty ahead of us. Morning light making everything look clean and possible. My phone kept buzzing, but I turned it face down and ignored it. What are you going to do now? Tyler said. About what? About everything, school, people, Morgan. I don't know. Deal with it one thing at a time, I guess. And us? I looked at him. His hands gripped the steering wheel too tight. His jaw was set in that stubborn way that meant he was trying not to push but wanted to anyway. I need to fix things with Morgan first, I said. I know, and I need to figure out who I am when I'm not the center of someone's content strategy. That makes sense. But I don't want to lose you. Tyler's grip on the wheel relaxed slightly. You won't, even if I need time, especially then. We drove in silence for a while. The landscape changed from coastal cliffs to rolling hills to suburbs. Normal houses with normal cars in normal driveways. People living lives that weren't spectacles. My phone buzzed one more time. I checked it. A text from a number I didn't recognize. This is Brenda from the diner. Just wanted to say I'm proud of you kids. Come back anytime. Breakfast is on me. I showed Tyler. He smiled. We should take her up on that. Yeah, we should. Another text came through, this time from Patrick. I'm really sorry about everything. I know I was part of the problem. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Then another. The guy from the pier whose phone Tyler threw in the ocean. No hard feelings. Jade played me too. Hope you're doing okay. They kept coming. Apologies from people who'd filmed us, mocked us, shared the videos. Not everyone, but enough. The tide had turned completely. It's weird, I said. What is? How fast people switch sides. 2 days ago they wanted me destroyed. Now they're all sorry. They feel guilty. They should feel guilty. Yeah, but at least they're saying it. I put my phone away. I don't want to forgive them. You don't have to, but everyone expects me to. That's how these stories end, right? The victim forgives everyone and we all learn a lesson. This isn't a story. You don't owe anyone forgiveness. Then what do I owe them? Tyler thought about it. Nothing. You don't owe them anything. We pulled into my neighborhood. Everything looked exactly the same as when we'd left. Same houses, same trees, same mailboxes. Like the last 2 days hadn't happened at all. Tyler parked in my driveway. Do you want me to come in? He said. Not right now. I need to be alone for a bit. But thank you for everything. I didn't do anything. You threw someone's phone in the ocean for me. Tyler smiled. That was pretty satisfying. You're going to have to pay for that, you know. Worth it. I opened the door but didn't get out. What you said at the diner about being in love with me. You don't have to. I know, but I want to say something anyway. I looked at him. I don't know what I feel right now. Everything's too messy and confused, but I don't want you to wait around for me to figure it out. I'm not waiting. I'm just here. That's the same thing. No, it's not. Waiting means putting my life on hold. Being here means living my life and hoping you're part of it. That's a nice line. I've had a lot of time to think about it. I got out of the truck. Tyler rolled down the window. Hey, he said. What? We survived. Barely. Still counts. I walked to my front door. My house looked normal from the outside, but I knew what waited inside. The mess from the party. The reminders of everything that had happened. I'd have to clean it all up eventually, but not today. Today I was just going to sleep. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. The house was quiet. Sunlight came through the windows, showing all the damage. Red cups everywhere. Stains on the carpet. Someone had broken a picture frame. The glass glittered on the floor like diamonds. My phone buzzed one more time. I almost ignored it, but the name made me stop. Morgan. One more thing, her text said. Jade's interview got taken down. The podcast apologized for platforming her. Thought you'd want to know. I texted back. Thanks. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. We'll talk soon. Morgan sent. I promise. I set my phone on the counter and looked around my destroyed house. Tomorrow I'd clean it. Tomorrow I'd figure out what came next. Tomorrow I'd deal with school and explanations and whatever fallout remained. But right now, I was just going to sit on my couch in the wreckage and breathe. I slept 14 hours. When I woke up, the house was still a disaster, but somehow it looked less overwhelming in the afternoon light. I spent the next 3 hours cleaning, throwing out cups, scrubbing stains, sweeping up broken glass. My mom came home and helped without asking questions. She just handed me a trash bag and started collecting empty bottles. That evening, Tyler texted, "Pier?" I drove myself this time. The parking lot was empty except for his truck. No crowds, no phones pointed at us, no one chanting or filming, just the sound of waves and seagulls. Tyler sat on the hood of his truck. truck, watching the ocean. I climbed up next to him. The metal was warm from the sun. Jade deleted everything, he said. Her entire account. Gone. Good. Patrick said she's moving back to Arizona. Even better. We sat in silence for a while. The wind picked up, carrying salt spray and the smell of seaweed. The graffiti someone had spray painted on the pier railing was already fading, washed away by yesterday's rain. Tyler handed me his phone. Your turn. For what? To film something. Anything you want. I held the phone, finger hovering over the record button. For 2 days, everyone had filmed me without asking. Now I got to choose. I hit record and pointed it at both of us. Tyler looked at the camera, then at me, confused and smiling. What are we doing, he said. Just being here. No dares, no games, just us. The wind caught my hair. Tyler laughed and pushed it out of my face. The ocean roared behind us, and for once nobody was watching except the two of us. I stopped recording and posted it with no caption. Then I turned my phone off completely and leaned against his shoulder as the sun started to set.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next one.